I'm Damian Kavanagh, the controller of BBC Three. Yeah, I think it's been a challenge. It's been a lot of fun. We've got a great team behind us. I think what we needed to do first of all was work out exactly what we were going to do, what our platforms would be, what we'd focus on, what our editorial proposition would be, and then build a team to be able to serve that. I think, just realise that all social platforms, if you're working across social platforms, that they're not all the same, that you should optimise the content for the specific platforms. I think, just get a team that lives and breathes this type of content and really cares deeply about speaking to young audiences behind you. But I think the crucial thing is to remember that it's all about talent. That's what audiences are responding to. So I think it's just to kind of make sure that you've got the best new talent, young talent with fresh perspectives that you can possibly get on board. The starting point for what we do on BBC Three now is we decide what type of story we want to tell, and as opposed to have to kind of just always make it as a 30-minute or a 60-minute documentary or film or whatever else, we can decide now on the form. We can decide once we know what story we want to tell, we can then decide what's the best place to put it and what's the best way of approaching that content. There's a range. There's our documentary series Sex, Drugs, Murder, requested well over 10 million times on iPlayer. We could have shot that as a 60-minute documentary and put it out once. We didn't. We shot over a longer period of time, released a film, 20-minute film every month. As I say, that's got huge figures on iPlayer now. People kind of followed it over time, and I think it also gave the audience an opportunity to discover it over time, and that contributed to the big young audiences. Our strategy is there's not, kind of a one-size-fits-all approach to what we do. I think what we understand is, there's certain content that sits on bbc.co.uk, on our iPlayer, on our BBC television channels, and then what we're trying to do is we're trying to leverage that content and expose it to audiences across a range of social platforms. We know that young people are on social platforms. We know that's where they're going. That's where that's their new public space, for want of a better word. So I'm a firm believer that we need to fish where the fish are and get our content there, with the view that we can funnel them back to our own services over time. I think, everybody, each country, I guess, has different challenges. I know from our point of view that young people watching broadcast linear television channels is diminishing over time, and it's forecast to set to diminish. I think what young people want is they want to be more in control of their media. They want to be able to kind of, choose when to watch it. They want to be able to choose where to watch it. They want to be able to choose to watch it on a device of their choosing. They want to be able to choose it in different durations that fit kind of what they're doing at that particular moment in time. I think I read recently that somebody was saying that for young audiences that television isn't dead, but perhaps the TV set is. And I think that to me is the TV set is quite uncompromising. It pushes content out at a particular time in a very rigid type of form and duration. And I think young audiences just want to be able to choose. They want more choice in their lives.